Whether you have a family member who is affected by autism or just want to support our community, an upcoming event offers a full day of food and fun and information for the entire family.
And here to tell us about the 14th Annual Autism Walk and Resource Fair are Bree Seward and Dustin Williams. It's a pleasure to have you both back here.
Thanks for having us.
Glad to be on.
So we'll talk about the walk in a moment and why the superintendent's office got involved, but let's talk more broadly about how bad, or how big autism, I should say, is in this community, what the prevalence is.
Sure, the prevalence rate in Arizona is 1 in 71. Children are affected by autism. And if you go into a room and you ask who's affected, everyone will raise their hand. You know someone, or you're related to someone with autism. So it's 1 in 59 in the country. And we're here to help those that are affected. We have a Navigating Autism program that helps families navigate whatever scenario they're in each day for resources, treatments, clinics, and schools, and much more.
It's nice to be able to go somewhere in a non-clinical setting and just be able to talk to different families about this. But there's something new about the walk this year. What's the addition?
Well, we're honored to have Dustin Williams, who is the superintendent of Pima County Schools, with us, and that has helped us reach out to the schools and let the parents of children affected know that they're welcome there and it could be a life-changing event for their family.
Right, and what's your personal connection, Dustin? Why'd you get involved?
So obviously, when I met Bree and I met Ray in the committee and the Autism Society, they wanted to get involved in the schools a little bit, build that partnership a little bit stronger. And I have a 6-year-old that's on the spectrum, little Dre, and we just knew that there was a time where politics and kind of my son and the story of supporting our community, supporting the schools, and really building these bridges for helping everyone and getting the resources. There was a time and place where it was all going to come together, and it was really Ray and Bree that came to me and said, hey, we know your politics is one thing in schools, but I think it's time to add would you mind maybe sharing your story of your son and what it's like, how you and your wife kind of figured out your son had autism and that experience, and the ability to bring the resources not only to the schools through legislation and stuff like that, but now to bring a partner like the Autism Society in with parents that may have those questions, may be on the verge of just kind of finding out, or also practicing their craft and just helping the child to explore their uniqueness to the best way possible.
Right. What are some of the resources that parents can expect?
So everything from schools, clinics, we're still getting calls from exhibitors that want to come, from Parks and Recs, and just all the different modalities that help with autism. You know, autism is a spectrum. It's a layered, there's multi-layers involved with connecting your child to treatment options, to behavior specialists, and school options. So, and all of those people are out there, and we try to make it as fun as possible for families while parents are getting much needed resources. So we do have a lot of entertainment there too.
Yeah, and you've said, we were talking before the show, and you've said that parents who may be going to that for the first time, their eyes are opened. They learn things and they meet people that they may never have expected, right?
And they're not alone. So sometimes you feel so isolated when you get this diagnosis and you go home from the doctor's office and you're like, I'm the only one walking this road, but you're not when you see teams out there with their team t-shirts and children out there that are the same age as yours walking together, and we're all walking towards one thing, to help our child just reach their potential.
What are some of the reactions you've gotten from parents or family members after going to the walk?
That it's changed their trajectory. It brought them to a new school. It's brought them connection with other parents. It really is a community, and people just come back year after year and they never want to miss it, and they make it a special part of their lives, and it's really impacts their life.
Impacts their life. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think what's important is when you're a parent and you first kind of hear, most importantly, there's this big question of, first of all, do you go through a little denial and then kind of figure out like, wow, this is kind of really happening? And Bree hit it right on the nail on the head, is when you can interact with another family that's in your same situation, it just gives you so much comfort that we're going to be able to help not just the family but the child, because there's nothing wrong with autism at all. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, it's been a blessing in a disguise for our family. And these students are super successful. It's just when those parents have those questions of, what do I do? And without answers and without supporting them in the way that's going to make them feel confident and reassured, that's really hard on parents without those answers to be answered. So the Autism Society, and most importantly, the walk on April 4th, this is going to be the catalyst for first-time people, people that are experts in the arena, and we all come together and say, hey, here's maybe another tool in the tool bag for you that you don't have, and then in some cases, here's the brand new tool bag for you to start the whole thing.
Right.
And doctors are trying to always keep up to date on what are the newest and latest treatments possibly, and maybe your doctor isn't so up to date on something, but you have the resources available, so parents are learning new things, I would imagine, by going.
Excellent point. And I've been kind of calling it the spectrum of rainbow, right? Because they're all in this different little rainbow, and there's a technique that is always different. There's no one little case of autism where you're like, this is what it looks like, because it's
There's no formula for it, right?
It's about breaking down the barriers, helping everybody understand, come together, and the point is people are excited about this walk too. You were telling me record signups, right?
Yeah,
really quickly.
In walk history, we've never had as many signups as we have as of yesterday. But before I left here, people were calling, how do I sign up? What kind of exhibitors are calling us? So the community needs this because it can change their life.
That's right, and spread the word if you're watching right now. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for the advocacy. It's really important.
Our pleasure. And once again, the 14th Annual Autism Walk and Resource Fair takes place April 4th at Keno Sports Complex. Registration starts at 7:30 in the morning and the walk begins at 9 a.m. If you'd like to learn more information, you can call 520-770-1541 or visit as-az.org.